Hi there. My name is Avil Beckford, and this is the latest episode of the One Problem podcast. There are tons of problems in the world, but we're going to focus on one problem at a time. Why get overwhelmed? As is the case with most of my guests, I have some sort of prior relationship with them. And that's indeed the case with our guest this week, Benita Lee. I met her on LinkedIn, and she's from Calgary. I went to the University of Calgary, so we have a few things in common. So she is a trade consultant and owns her own firm, Benita Lee Professional Corporation. Over to you, Benita.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts and have a discussion with you and your audience. So many questions, but let's take a stab at this one. Why do we look at cultural differences as divides? And what I think we should be doing is building bridges by collaborating. In this polarized world, it seems like everywhere we turn, there's conflict because somebody does something different than us, believes something different, or looks and sounds different than us. And I mean, there's been many studies that say that the USA faces a growing cultural divide among lines of race, religion, income, and other dimensions. These increasing disagreements go hand in hand with a fraying social fabric, growing dysfunction in the political arena, and the disintegration of social capital. That's what the Economic Journal said. And my solution is that, well, I started with your article, with the skills that you listed that we as leaders and people should focus on learning in 2022, and it outlines it well. You name complex problem solving, critical thinking as 1 and 2, and I really like that. So I'm just going to add another C, which is collaboration. Complex problem solving, critical thinking, and collaboration. Complex problem solving is a collection of self-regulated psychological processes and activities in environments to solve ill-defined goals. And I mean, the pandemic is one of them. Not just one group is going to be able to solve like the supply chain bottlenecks that we see happening around the world. And we need collaboration and critical thinking and analysis to really define the goals and the problems and break it down. And it's not just one group that we need, not one discipline that we need to solve these. When I reflected on your question, I thought, I think I've been analyzing this hypothesis for 20 years. I think the reason why I was curious about global trade and intercultural relations has always been, does global trade bring peace? Like, can you build bridges over differences? And I think we can. And the one example that I can think of where it exemplifies this is during the pandemic. A bunch of us from totally different industries, like a virtual assistant, a person in operations, and a lawyer, and myself came together and started a virtual networking group. And if that is not a good example of like why collaboration across differences can build bridges, I don't know what is. The Jingle Mingle is on December 12th, and you are invited, Avil. I hope we'll see you.
Sounds good. Thank you so much, Benita. for talking about this because the intercultural divide is really important.